This week on the Trent Out Loud Podcast. The entire offensive dynamic in basketball has changed because of Stephen Curry. I love you, Stephen A. Smith. Finally, somebody said it. Stephen A. Smith is considering taking off LeBron James off his Mount Rushmore of basketball and replacing him with Steph Curry.
If Steph Curry beats LeBron in this series, and dare I say, wins his fifth NBA championship, we might have to remove LeBron James off of Mount Rushmore and put Steph Curry on it. That's right, I said it.
Everybody's in an uproar of this, but everybody's forgetting that he's saying that obviously Steph still has more work to be done this year. He has to win. And he's also saying not that it's 100%, is that it's up for conversation, that he's considering it. And I agree with him. I do think it will be up for discussion. Now, listen, I love LeBron James off the court, amazing dude, everything that he's accomplished on the court, etc., etc., etc. Shout out to LeBron James. I personally am a big Steph Curry fan. Regardless of who you like, LeBron James or Steph Curry, the point is that this is a topic for good conversation. Now, let's just go over some things. They both have 4 championships. All right, check. Now, people want to argue about, well, you know, LeBron went to Miami and he had Bosh and Wade. Well, then Steph Curry had KD for 2 championships too. So that leaves 2 championships each. Then Cleveland, when LeBron won with Cleveland, everybody makes a joke and said that the commissioner gave them a stimulus package. They suspended Draymond for Game 5. If that didn't happen, then the Warriors would have won. And then also there is the championship in the bubble that nobody wants to give credit for. So you wanted to, some people want to like take away all 4 of LeBron's rings, leaving Steph with 2 that he quote unquote got on his own. He also had the Splash Brothers. But let's not forget that Steph has beat LeBron in 3 of the 4 finals that they have met together in. Yo, that's a big stat. I know somebody put out a report saying that in every other stat, LeBron James is leading Steph Curry. But if you meet me in the finals 4 times and I beat you 3 of those 4 times, that's a big piece of the puzzle when it comes to the conversation. But I'm not even looking at the championships. For me, what I think that is up for discussion to be put on the Mount Rushmore is the fact that Steph Curry has literally single-handedly changed the game of basketball. On Stephen A. Smith's Mount Rushmore, he has currently right now LeBron James, Michael Jordan, Kareem, and Bill Russell. Those are all players, if you take out LeBron for a second, those are all players that have affected the game of basketball. Yeah, Jordan maybe didn't change the game of basketball, but the attention that he brought to basketball, the 6 championships, the 2 three-peats, like he brought the NBA to another level. He's arguably one of the most famous people in the world. Kareem, we all know. Bill Russell, we all know. But LeBron James, yes, he's been to 10 finals. Yes, he has 4 championships. Yes, he's done it with a bunch of different teams and all that stuff. But I don't think LeBron James has done anything to revolutionize the sport. If you want to put them side by side. So even if Steph Curry won this 5th championship, to me, it's not even so much about the championships. It's about what Steph has done for the game of basketball. The amount of 3-point attempts and the amount of 3-point shots made are off the Richter scale compared to 20 years ago. The entire offensive dynamic in basketball has changed because of Stephen Curry. Defenses, the whole landscape of NBA basketball has changed because of Steph Curry. So that's my reason why he deserves to be in the conversation of being on the Mount Rushmore of basketball. For me personally, my Mount Rushmore would be Jordan, LeBron, Curry, and Bill Russell. But y'all know I'm a Kobe fan to the death of me. But the one thing that I feel like Steph needs to prove. The one thing that nobody's talking about, and I don't think too much people talk about. Yes, Steph Curry is probably the greatest shooter to ever live. Stephen A. Smith says he's the greatest shooter that God ever created. But he needs to be a better closer. He has 4 championships, but only 1 finals MVP. That says a lot. Jordan was in 6 finals. He has 6 finals MVPs. And I think that's the one thing that Steph would have to do this year for the conversation to get a little bit more serious about having him on the Mount Rushmore and people taking LeBron off of their Mount Rushmore of basketball and putting Steph on, is that he has to be a better closer. He has to be better in the finals. He has to be dominant. He has to win the finals MVP. It wouldn't be good enough for him to just win his 5th championship. He would have to win finals MVP like decisively. You know, like Steph is iffy when it comes to fourth quarter, final shot. That's why Toronto won a championship. They put the ball in Steph's hands. And he missed a shot. Shout out to the Raptors. But I'm just saying, for me, I think, aside from the stats, I think that's where Steph loses some people, even me, where he needs to step up when there's 3 seconds left and we need a game winner and you put it in Steph's hands. He needs to close out and he needs to be decisive and he needs to be this year's final MVP to give Stephen A. Smith more leverage in his conversation about Stephen Curry being on the Mount Rushmore of basketball. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. It's your boy, Trent Out Loud. Peace!